very oldest language on the face of this earth. The very oldest language on the face of this earth. Chico di Kabia Mapuni, Chineke, and Son of the Winner, Isala, Nina, Cosa, Hanso, Nana, Jama, and Yana gave Faros, Obanana, all the other and then saw no one Because you will make a difference with your source and no more and we're not going to do But you know what? I would like you to believe that someone is because of no. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not. I have come. Look what you do. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom. and what I'm going to do in 5 years to come. Thank you. The very oldest language on the face of this very But you know what? They would like you to believe that someone is the cause of it. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not. I have come. Look with you. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what I'm going to do in 5 years to come. Thank you. You keep on supporting evil in the zoo, the more your land will be taken from you, the more your daughters will be raped and abducted,
the more your sons will be slaughtered in cold blood. And under one Nigeria, there is nothing you can do about it. Absolutely nothing. Because one idiot that the groom will rise up and say to you, oh no, it's one Nigeria, there is crime everywhere. Haven't you heard about Zamfara? Haven't you heard about Katsina? There is crime everywhere. That is not the case. The crimes you have in the north, the insecurity you have in the north is as a direct consequence of their own actions. They group them. Al-Qaeda in the Maghreb, ISIS in West Africa, Boko Haram, Fulani headsmen, bandits, all of them. Who brought them to Nigeria? It's Fulani. Fulani brought them into Nigeria. El-Rufai brought them in. Why did the government brought them in? Are you people deaf and dumb and stupid? When you come out and you pretend, oh, we are one Nigeria, go and show me. Somebody was asking, where is the boundary, where will the boundary of Biafra begin? And I asked the fool, where did the boundary of Nigeria begin? People from Niger come in and go as they like. Most of these idiots are from Niger. They are building a pipeline to Niger. They are building a railway line to Niger. They are building roads to Niger. Whereas where the money comes from, which is Biafra land, we don't have those infrastructure. No, we don't. But you're taking our money, you come to something, you come to Onaji, you come to everybody, you come to Aguleri, you come to Igbo, you take our resources, sell it, get the money, and now you're building a way to be and you want me to be happy with you. Clap for your Nigeria, one Nigeria. I think you maybe not you are insane. You come to my land, you take our oil, you take our gas, you take our manpower, you take everything, our VAT, our tax, you are now building a road from Katsina to Niger, airport, refinery to Niger. You take oil, you put oil from my land, you take it to Niger, you refine it, you bring it back to me as a refined petroleum. And you're telling me that country is viable. You're telling me that Nigeria should be supported. You are in one Nigeria, you're not going anywhere, and you're dying every day. Because those that they appointed to speak for you, they gave them money so that they will come out, pages of the newspaper to give the world, giving the impression that everything is okay. When things go easy and see the contradictions in it, Nigeria is not working, we are marginalized, and then you come back to say Nigeria is one, we must stay in it together. Are you not foolish? These are the useless intellectuals that you have. On one hand, you say Nigeria is not working, you are marginalized. You are being declared against you are seeing that killing from you come back to the same place and say Nigeria must be one. Had Nigerians gotten together to say they want to be part of this useless contraption, that's entirely their business. I'm a Democrat, I'm subscribed to it. But have you asked yourself this question? Why is it that all those asking you to remain in one Nigeria has something to gain from Nigeria, or they have benefited in the past? Nothing more, nothing less. I saw the letter that Abductions wrote to President Biden. In it, Abductions said, come and help us fight terrorism in order to ensure that there will be no regional destabilization. That is their game plan at the U.S. State Department for very many years, until we stepped in. They keep trotting out these lies. Once Nigeria breaks up, there will be destabilization in the entire region. I said that because you don't understand African history. Most of these people are not people. When I say it, they say I'm insulting them. No, I'm not insulting you. Most of them think in Africa, we are tribal creatures in Africa. In Africa, we are tribal creatures in Africa. We always go back to our village where we are born, where our umbilical cord, how long, where it was buried. That's where we come from. That is why every Christmas, Easter, New Year festival, August meeting, you see us migrating back to where we come from. And I keep saying these things to Africans, they don't understand it. They don't understand it. Everywhere in Africa during Christmas, if you like, be in South Africa, if you like, let it be in Kenya, let it be in Rwanda, everybody from the capital goes to the village. If you go to Accra, the same thing happens. This past Christmas, if you like, go to Cotonou. Pray the prayer of David from the book of Psalm, chapter 7. And I will pray in English because a lot of people are listening all over the world. I mean, a lot. Millions are listening all over the world. and I want them to follow our proceedings this very evening. Very, very critical, very, very important that we do so. O Lord, my God, the creator of the heavens and the earth, we take refuge in you. Save and deliver us from all that pursue us. Because if you look away from us, they will tear us apart like a lion and rip us to pieces with no one to rescue us. Because the world is against Biafra for no reason. We are hated, we are despised for no discernible reason. Only thee, O Lord God Almighty in heaven, is our Savior, not man. You must come to our rescue, because you are our Lord and you are our God. If we have done this, if I have done anything, if there is guilt on my hands, if I have repaid anybody, be it friend or an adversary, with evil or without cause, have wronged to any man or woman, then let the Fulani Janjaweed pursue and overtake me. Let them trample down my life to the ground and make me sleep in the dust. Arise, O Elohim, Adonai El Shaddai, anger, rise up the rage of the Fulani Janjaweed Caliphate and the Zoological Republic. You will rise for your children. You will awake, O Heavenly Father, Lord God Almighty, the creator of the heavens and the earth, the owner of the universe, for you must decree justice. Let your children and all men and of goodwill gather around you while you sit on top of your throne in the highest of the heavens, the habitation that only thee can ever occupy. Only you, O Heavenly Father, will judge the people. You will vindicate me, O Lord. You will vindicate IPOB. You will vindicate your children of Biafra according to our righteousness, according to our integrity. O Most High, bring an end to the violence of the wicked. Bring an end to Fulani Janjaweed violence in our land. Bring an end to their abductions. Bring an end to their kidnappings. Bring an end to their extrajudicial slaughter of the innocent. Bring an end to their forced conversion of Christians into Islam. Bring to an end their mediocrity. Bring to an end their senseless feudal rule. Bring to an end their evil and their deception. Come and secure the righteous, because only you, O God Almighty in heaven, can see in the dark. Only you know the hearts of men. You are our shield. We have nobody. Between 67 and 1970, the whole world ganged up and fought against your children. We did not steal anything from anybody. We did not go after anybody's possession nor inheritance. We were on our own in the land that you gave to our ancestors. They conspired, they connived, they colluded to kill us. Over 5 million people. We are dead at the end of it. You are our shield. We do not trust in any man or in any state. We trust only in thee. because you are God and you always save the upright at heart. Anybody whose heart is clean, oh Heavenly Father, to those you do not abandon to their enemies. That is why you cannot abandon IPOB. That is why Biafra can never be abandoned. Because your words are yea and amen. You are God, you're not human. Facebook may have been bought over by Nigeria, and we pray that Twitter will not succumb to their threats and their violence. You are God and you are an upright and a just judge. But you are also a God that displays his wrath every blessed day. If Fulani Janjaweed do not relent in what they are doing, if the Fulani Caliphate continues to pursue this scorched earth policy of abductions and murder and mayhem, then you, O Lord God in heaven, you will sharpen your sword, you will bend and string your bow, you will prepare your deadly weapons, you will make ready your flaming arrows. Whoever is pregnant with evil conceives trouble and gives birth to disillusionment. That is what is happening in the zoo called Nigeria. Nigeria is pregnant with evil because it conceived trouble and it has now given birth to disillusionment. All the holes that the Fulani Janjaweed are digging for us into that pit, they are falling into one after the other. The trouble that they have caused will always rebound on them. Their violence will come down on their own heads. O Heavenly Father, for we shall give thee thanks always, all the days of our lives, because only thee is righteous. We shall sing songs of praise unto your holy name, O Most High. For as long as there is a child on this earth of Biafran descent and heritage, O Heavenly Father, we shall worship your name and your name alone, now and forevermore, we pray. He said, that was our prayer this evening. We are now going to proceed without further hesitation to bring to you the gospel which I have been mandated by as much as I give, so I don't complain. People are entitled to the opinion. And I don't expect everybody to agree with me all the time. It is impossible. These people, because we stood up to them, because IPOB said enough is enough, because we formed Eastern Security Network to safeguard our land, our forest and our bushes and our farmlands for our people to go and farm, because we said to Fulani, you cannot conquer this land of the ancients. That is the only crime we committed. That is the only crime we committed. They went overboard. We are going to speak in a language you will understand. But Boko Haram, ISIS in West Africa, Ansaru, Miyetti Allah, Fulani foreign bandits, Fulani local bandits, Fulani terrorists in general, Al-Qaeda in the Maghreb. These are all terror franchise run by Fulani people in Nigeria. That is a fact. It is not hate speech. It is a fact. These people in Aso Rock never spoke the language that Boko Haram understood. They never spoke the language that Fulani headsmen, the same people. What I find astonishing is that these people, they will ignore the timber, the tree in their own eyes, and they'll be looking for the speck of dust in your own. I want to ask Fulani Janjaweed, have you dealt with Boko Haram in their own language? Did you go to the north massacring people, abducting people, killing them, basically committing genocide in broad daylight as you're doing right now in the east? The answer is no. Throughout the years of Fulani rampage through the Middle Belt, have you ever read the riot acts to them? The answer is no. But the whole world, what I find astonishing is the hypocrisy of man. BBC, Twitter, Facebook, all the rest of them, New York Post, everybody, Sky News. All of you are witnesses to this march of the Janjaweed across from the Sahel into the Middle Belt part of Nigeria. Killing, slaughtering, and maiming people. All of you are aware. Nobody will ever say to Garba Shehu, why did you not read riot acts to Boko Haram, to Fulani, your fellow Mietiala, that you gave 100 billion to? Why didn't you read it to them? Oh, he read a riot act to IPOB. He read, oh, can't you, the president has spoken. And when I say it, sometimes people take offense, but it is a fact of life that there is something fundamentally wrong with us. I've said this many times because I know that the owners of Twitter, they are listening to my broadcast this evening via that very platform. I want them to understand that I am also self-critical. We are our own worst enemies because of the way we reason, because of the way we think. And that is why black people are at the bottom of the pile all over the world, wherever you go to, because of how we reason. The same person trying to address the issue of insecurity in the East in the language they will understand, failed to address his own people in the language they themselves will understand. Now, I believe that you're following what I'm saying. Please pay very close attention. When it comes to Biafrans, the Easterners, to Igbo people in particular, there is this great understanding, there is this unity of purpose, that an Igbo man should be hated and killed if need be. It didn't start today. It started all the way back in 1945. And as most scholars and commentators have noted over the years, anywhere you go and you find hardworking people, people who are blessed by God, they attract envy. The only reason why those idiots like Garoba Shehu will be mouthing all their rubbish and saying, oh, we are going to speak the language they understand, is because of their natural hatred for Biafran people. Is there anywhere in the world, even the Armenian massacre has been recognized by the US Congress as being a genocide worthy of note? We lost 5 million people. Some of you don't even ask yourself questions sometimes. How come Biafrans lost 5 million people yet nobody's talking about it? It's because of that palpable hatred all across the board for no reason. These are the demons that we are fighting on a daily basis. Now you want to teach Biafrans a lesson or speak to them in the language they will understand, which is the language of genocide. That was the reason why the tweet purportedly made by Buhari was taken down by Twitter. But let us just go back a little bit and at least put on our thinking cap this very evening, morning, noon or night, depending on where you are, and ask ourselves a very simple question. Who brought insecurity into Nigeria? Bandits killed 91 people. By bandits, I mean these are Fulani people. Fulani terrorists killed 91 people in a place called Danko, Wasagu, local government area of Kebbi State. And I want Twitter to listen very carefully to what I have to say. I want all the people listening all over the world to pay attention to what I have to say. The same people threatening to go and unleash genocide and mayhem in the East, in their own backyard, their own people, those referred to as legitimate stakeholders in the government, or should I say the governance of Nigeria, Mietiala, we are busy slaughtering 91 people in Kebbi State. Now it doesn't stop there. Who are those they are killing, you may ask? Is it not the North? Kebbi State is mainly populated by Hausa people. The Fulani people are killing Hausa people in Kebbi State. They are killing the Lena people. They are killing the Busawa people. They are killing the Dukawa people. They are killing the Dakakari people. They are killing the Kambari people. They are killing the Gungawa people. They are killing the Kamuku ethnic nationality in Kebbi. Are you listening to me? Later on, I will tell you why they are obsessed with dividing us. Southeast, South, Niger Delta, Igbo, and all that rubbish. Because in the north, I'm telling you the truth, they are not one. Forget all the rubbish. Because what the Fulanis did very cleverly was to emasculate the political, economic, and social space within Nigeria. All the, should I say, media outlets in the north only have one agenda: to trot out the Fulani narrative on a daily basis. Daily Trust, Premium Times, NTA, Channels Television, to an extent AIT. They are using Punch newspaper. Intermittently, they will use Vanguard. They will use Nation newspaper as they will, now and again. In Kebbi State, as they are busy telling you about Southeast and South, Niger Delta and Igbo. Delta is not even other rubbish. I want to tell you that in one single state in the north, the Fulani is a minority. And in that place that the Fulani people are a minority, they have gone on and killed 91 Hausa people. Are you following what I'm telling you? They have killed 91 Hausa people. You will not hear anybody ever. If it is anywhere else, they'll say, oh, they're killing Fulani. What is happening to Fulani? But Fulani went into Kebbi State, which doesn't belong to them, and killed 91 Hausa people. This happened 2 days ago. In fact, basically on Saturday, very early morning on Saturday, it happened yesterday, to be honest, the 5th of June. The police command in Kebbi State on Saturday confirmed that bandits, they don't want them to be called terrorists. Because once they're called terrorists, Boko Haram, ISIS in West Africa, Al-Qaeda in the Maghreb comes to mind, and Saru and Mietiala will come to mind. So you know what the government of Nigeria did through Lai Mohammed, their Minister of Information? They said to media houses, do not call them Fulani terrorists anymore, just call them bandits. So that way the eyes of the people and the attention of the world will be deviated or deflected away from the real identity of these murderers and killers. It's a very simple strategy. Maybe it was Britain that advised them to do that. Maybe it's Katrina Lang that advised them to do that. I am telling the whole world only yesterday, as they were shouting about Southeast insecurity, we are going to kill, we'll bring in the army, we'll land aeroplane, we'll bomb everybody. In their own backyard, this same government is aiding and abetting the full slaughter of Hausa people. It's here now, it's not very clear. Bandits kill 91 people in Danko, Wasagulo, confirmed by the police. And who confirmed it? The public relations officer, the PRO. His name is DSP Nafiu Abubakar. He confirmed the figures and said all the victims were killed in 8 different communities in the local government area. He said 8 different communities. These are Fulani people killing Hausa people. Telling you the Hausa Fulani. That is why I keep wondering, I keep asking Nigerians all the time, what is in your brain? What sort of substance is in your brain? Is it the white matter that God created, or is it something else that is there? As they have now corralled all the media houses in the zoo to focus on the East. Fulani are busy killing Hausa people. They'll come out and they'll say, oh, we are Hausa Fulani. But behind closed doors, they are slaughtering Hausa people. It is here now. Go and ask the DSP Nafiu Abubakar of Kebbi State. He is the public relations officer of the police in Kebbi State. He confirmed it. According to him, the command has so far recovered 88 bodies and dispatched a detachment of operatives to maintain law and order in the affected communities. There is no bombardment. Like all? No, not at all. Because they are all the Fulani, they know what they're doing. There is no bombardment. There is no shoot at sight order. There is no abduction of young men with tattoos on their body. No rape of women. No, not at all. This is in a state where 88 Hausa people were slaughtered by Fulani terrorists. Now tell me why any decent person would want to belong to such a country. What is what is of concern to them? Are you following me? Are you following what I'm saying? I hope that people are following what I'm saying sequentially. A country where 91 people were slaughtered only yesterday, their concern is the East. Do you see how they roll? Because Fulani has an agenda. The agenda is to conquer all of you. Some of us are so foolish and so idiotic we don't understand what their game plan is. If they do not have it in mind to conquer all of you, how come something as massive as the slaughter of 91 people did not elicit any comment from the so-called presidency? Tell me in which country anywhere in the world that such idiocy obtains. Only in Nigeria. When I say it, they say his insightful tweet, he's inciting violence, and you are the ones committing violence. Fulani, you are the ones that killed 91 Hausa people in Kebbi State. You get the massaging and say, oh, we are Hausa Fulani, but you're killing them. 88 bodies were recovered. Now, let me tell you that all the people that I mentioned earlier were being killed. The killings took place in Goro, Kimpi, Gaya, Dini, Zutu, Rafingora, Igwenge villages, and in all Danko Wasagu local government area of Kebbi State. Are you following me? Now, the question that Twitter, I'm sure you people are listening to me this evening. The question you need to ask Lai Mohammed is this. Who killed those people in Kebbi State? What is their identity? Because any time anything happens in the East, it's ESN, IPOB, ESN. You even find the Yoruba newspapers. Without any investigation, they will say it's IPOB, ESN, IPOB, ESN. I want to ask Yoruba media, Yoruba journalists, you evil people, have you ever wondered or asked yourselves the people behind the slaughter of the innocent in Kebbi State? Why couldn't you say it's Mietiala? The way you quickly say it's IPOB, it's ESN. It is that hatred. It is in your bone marrow, you cannot get rid of it. I am not talking about the freedom fighters we have in Yoruba land. I am talking about their journalists. Journalism from Yoruba land is pure venom, designed to paralyze your thinking faculties and to render you useless. By the time they are done with you, Fulani will just walk you over. I want to ask Yoruba newspapers, how come you are saying it is bandits that kill people in Kebbi State, whereas anything that happens in the East is ESN, IPOB? Why? Do you see why I hate Nigeria? Do you see why I agitate for Biafra? Because you hate me for no reason, for speaking the truth. That is the only, you hate me for no reason. Then why should I not seek a country of my own? Given the level of hatred you have towards us. Daily Trust newspaper will be somewhere in Kaduna, something will happen maybe in Okigwe, and he will write this IPOB ESN. He has never been to Okigwe before. I want the world to listen to what I'm saying, to understand the level of hatred directed towards Igbo Biafrans especially. To all Biafrans anyway. The other ones, they are treating them as if they are normal, but of course they are not. Fulani killed Hausa people. The same newspaper is writing Hausa Fulani, Hausa Fulani. I want to ask the whole world tonight, who are the people responsible for the killing of 91 Hausa people in Kebbi State? The answer is Fulani. And they know that they are terrified to write the truth. They are terrified to speak the truth. That is why I cannot be in the same country with you people. You people are evil. You are evil. You see evil and you support it. You keep your mouth shut. You want Tinubu to be president. And you are paying dearly for these mistakes you're making. As we proceed, I am going to bring to the attention of the world the damage that Yoruba journalism has done to Yoruba people. I will prove it tonight. On this noble platform, what we preach is the truth. You may not like it, but if you go back and reflect upon everything that I say, you will come to the realization that it is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. You may not like the way I deliver it. I give you that. I'm not too bothered about it. But ask yourself this question. Is Nnamdi Kanu speaking the truth? This evening, am I preaching the truth or not? Why is it anytime something happens, without proper investigation, it is IPOB or ESN? But only yesterday, all of you in the zoo called Nigeria, you reported the massacre that took place in Kebbi State. My simple question tonight is to Punch newspaper, to Nation newspaper, to Vanguard, all the rest of you that are basically trotting out the Fulani narrative every blessed day. I want to ask a simple question. Who are the perpetrators of that heinous crime in Kebbi State? Once you answer it truthfully, you will now understand why I am pursuing a sovereign state of Biafra. Because all of you are hypocrites. I want also, Twitter, are you listening to me? Because they want to listen. Lai Mohammed told them, go and listen to him. You hear his hate-filled speech tonight, and you ban him on Twitter as they bribed Facebook to try and suppress my page. And Twitter, you're listening. My happiness is that Twitter is owned by a white man. And white people are more objective when it comes to issues of this very nature. I don't want to go into the background of Mark Zuckerberg. That will take care of itself in time to come. But I'm sure that the owner of Twitter is a white man. So he is bound to be objective, at least. I want to also let the whole world understand what is happening in the north, in Fulani-controlled northern part of Nigeria. The core north, I call them the Arewa, the Janjaweed frontier of the north. What is happening? Do you know that Islamic leaders who are Fulani people are abducting Hausa people who are Christians and forcibly converting them to Islam and forcibly marrying them off to whoever that wants to take a Hausa Christian bride? Are you aware of that? No, you're not aware of it. Because some of you think that they're all Muslims. That way you're thinking? No, you're wrong. Islam is in the minority in the north. You'll be shocked to know this. Now, let me explain something to you. And I must thank Inter-Society for bringing this to the attention of the world. Because they actually called for the prosecution of some Islamic leaders in Katsina State. The same state that they claim the dead Buhari, whoever is there, comes from. Asli Buhari. Of course, the late Buhari comes from Katsina. Do you know what they do in Katsina State? Fulani Caliphate Islamic people there are kidnapping people, young women, most of them Hausa Christians, and forcibly converting them to Islam. It may sound far-fetched, but it is true. And I'm going to shock most of you this evening. There is a group in the north. They are called the Hausa Christian Foundation. HACFO, HACFO for short. The Hausa Christian Foundation reported incidences of indiscriminate abduction of underage girls by Islamic leaders in Katsina State and forcing them to renounce their Christian faith to take up Islam. What they did to Leah Shoibu. To tell you that they are all in it together. This is what I want Yoruba media to understand. I know that some of them are Muslims. I understand that very well. But at least they are educated. They went to school. They are not quota products as you have in the north. Not at all. You have in the Janjaweed north, that is. Do you know what the group said? Hausa Christians, what they said. The Nigerian government must sanction the Katsina Islamic leaders for indiscriminate abduction and forceful conversion of scores of Hausa Christians, especially girls of underage, to Islam. This is according to a statement issued on the 15th of April 2021 by the Hausa Christians Foundation. According to the group, there has been indiscriminate abduction of hundreds of Hausa girls and their forcible conversion to Islam. The abducted Hausa Christian girls who are under the school age of 16 are also forced into early marriage, done outside the consent of their parents. This is happening in a place called Nigeria. These are the people that want to ban Twitter. These are the people that bought over Facebook. The same people that bought over Satlink in Israel because they were carrying our signal. These people. I'm asking all of you Nigerians, for goodness sake, when will you begin to reason and to learn? They claim, are we not upholding the rule of law? So the rule of law in the north stipulates that you must abduct a little girl and forcibly convert her to Islam. This is happening. It is a report. Let me also the plan of the Fulani, and I want Twitter to understand it. They will come with harassment. They will try to buy shares in Twitter. They will try to impose their own people as directors of the board of Twitter. They will try to get you to change your policies towards Nigeria. Because the Fulanis have a long-term goal. They know what they're looking for. They want the total Fulanization and Islamization of the geopolitical space called Nigeria. That's what they want. And they will never stop until they get it. They will never ever stop. This is something that I want Yoruba people to understand. This is something I want Middle Belt on. In Middle Belt, you will be taken. You'll be swallowed alive. I'm telling you, you will be taken. The only reason why this demonic Fulanization is not in full swing is because of the activities of IPOB and Eastern Security Network. That's what is stopping them. If not by now, we would all be gunners. The time now is 5 minutes to 8 p.m. in the land of Biafra. We are live and we are direct. It is also the same number, say 3 minutes to the top of the hour, regardless of where you are. We are preaching a gospel that heaven asked us to speak and to preach about this very evening, and we must do so. People are saying ESN, IPO, not people anyway, of course, the Janjaweed and those that hate Biafrans naturally. That's what they always do. They've been doing it since 1945. It's not new. The demonization of the East didn't start today. It's since 1945. And it's never going to stop. Even when we get our Biafra, it will never ever stop. It is inbred. How did we get to where we are today? I want to ask, people must listen very attentively, please. I want to ask the whole world. You're talking about ESN, you're talking about IPOB, agitation and all that rubbish, the way we speak, our violent talk. I want to ask the whole world, please. How did we get to where we are today? Number one question I want to ask the Zoo media, Nigerian journalists. In 2014, what did IPOB do to warrant the massacre of people in Onitsha and Enugu? I hasten to add. In 2015, let me also ask, what did we do to deserve being massacred on October and November of 2015? People talk about Nigeria as if it is one normal country or nation. No, it is not. Nigeria is a gangland. It is run by gangsters, basically, masquerading as politicians. This is something that Twitter must understand. The world must understand it. It is a fact. Let me ask you. You see the Shia people, Shia Muslims of El Zagzagi, what did they do to deserve to be massacred in Zaria? Were they violent? Were they carrying arms? Let me leave Shia. Let me come to IPOB once again. In 2016, I was in detention. I was in detention in Abuja. People gathered to remember 30th of May 2016. We got together in a place called Mbo. Or should I say at a place called Mbo? I have to be grammatically exact. To pray, to remember the dead, exactly what we did a few days ago. Do you know what happened? I want the world to understand. I hope Twitter can follow what I'm saying. I want mankind to understand. On the evening of the 29th of May 2016, Nigerian Army, Nigerian Police went to a place called Mbo and killed over 1,000 people. Now you'll be wondering, what did they do? What's their crime? Their only crime was to gather together to try to remember those that died between 1967 and 1970. The army went there and shot over 1,000 people dead. Am I lying? Nigerian journalists, am I lying? After all, Amnesty published a report about it. A report was published by Amnesty International on this very massacre. I want to ask everybody then, was there any ESN? Any arms anywhere? Was anybody carrying any guns or anything of that sort? It's only the flag. You shot people dead. Have you all forgotten? You Zoo people, have you all forgotten what you did in 2016? Let us go to Abba. If you doubt me, go and look at the clip, and I want it everywhere tonight, please. The clip of that Al Jazeera journalist interviewing the late dead Buhari when the idiot was still alive. You know, sometimes I want to sound statesman-like, but it's not possible. I'm dealing with animals in a zoo. How can you wear a suit and you be playing with monkeys? It's not possible now. You'll get dirty. So it's better you take off everything now and be naked like them and be swimming in the mud. Isn't that the best thing to do? Sometimes I come on air and I want to sound very statesman-like, but it's not possible because we are dealing with vagabonds, to be honest with you. Why did I call them vagabonds? Listen to my reasons, please, before you castigate me. Those you massacred at Mpo in 2016, what did they do to you? Were they violent? Were they armed? Those that you criminalized for asking for self-determination, do you know that it is a deliberate policy of the Nigerian state with their neo-colonial handlers to be calling us secessionists? Sky News published an article a few days ago and called Sky News in the UK called IPOB a secessionist group. New York Post made the same mistake. Reuters, everybody calling us secessionists. Now I want to ask them a simple question. Why is it that you don't refer to Scottish agitation for self-rule a secessionist movement? Oh, because they are white. Okay, sorry, I do apologize. They are white. What do we know? We are black monkeys. We know nothing. Nicola Sturgeon can agitate for a separate homeland for the Scottish people. Sky News will not call it secessionism. New York Post will never ever target a secessionist movement, neither will CNN. But because in Africa, Biafrans are asking for the same thing that Scottish people are asking for, you now tag them secessionists. This is what is called very sublime racism. If you don't know, I will teach you and you will know.
You own businesses everywhere in Nigeria. For that reason, you want everybody to die. Nobody is above death. Death is going to visit everybody. Just have to pray that you live and make impact in this life. The impact that matters now, as far as Nigeria is concerned, is not the impact to make people millionaires. It is impact to make people to be alive. It is impact to make people to feel secure. It is impact to make people feel they are free. That is the biggest impact you can make. Millions are going to come. People will become millionaires when they are alive. Of what use is it? You make somebody millionaire today and tomorrow he died by gunshot from Fulani. Of what use will it be to the society? You pick up somebody and send him abroad and he come back to Nigeria and police will kill him. It is happening every day. Why do you want to continue to be part of a country like that? Why?
Heaven, the very oldest language on the face of this very earth.
Because I can say that from what I have just listened from you, it is just not ordinary.
Very wonderful. When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us on this very morning program. I appreciate all of you that have joined, whether you are watching me from Biafra land, from Europe, you're watching me from America, Australia, Canada, New Zealand. You are watching us from China, from Russia, from Ukraine, from Israel. You're watching from Iran. You're watching us from any part of the world. I welcome you and I thank you for being part of this program. As you join us on this program, kindly like and share to our platform, share to family and friends, share to your neighbors, share to those who are close to you. Join us on this program so that we can continue to speak up and continue to present our case before the whole world. My fellow Biafrans, as many as have joined, I wish you all a very happy weekend. I can see my brother Gerald is there. My beloved brother Gerald, happy weekend. Thank you so much. You are always here with me on this program. Morning, evening, afternoon, you are always there. I appreciate you so much, my brother Gerald. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to protect you, continue to provide for you, continue to strengthen you. This is the spirit of Biafra. Whatever you are doing, you are not doing it just for me. You are not doing it for anybody. You are doing it for yourself. And all the sacrifice you are making all the time to join this program, to like and share and help it go. I appreciate you, my brother Gerard. I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama will guide and protect you. It is not easy to follow up our program. Every day I come online and stay online almost 3-4 hours, evening 1 hour. It is not easy to hang on and join the program daily. And more especially the kind of message we preach. Many people do not like the kind of message we preach because of one reason or the other, including those who are our fellow Biafrans in this journey. Some of them do not like our message. Some of them do not appreciate what we are doing. But that will not make us to change our direction. That will not make us to begin to speak in a different way. That will not make us to change whom we are. That will not make us to begin to talk lies, speak lies, push propaganda. That will not make us to begin to attack people. That will not make us to use our platform for saga. If you go to platforms of saga, you will see Biafrans there. There are many claiming to be fighting for Biafra. If I were to be here castigating somebody, attacking one person or the other, promoting one nonsense or the other, you will see people everywhere will be filled up. Everywhere will be filled up. But when you are focused on the real thing, committed sincerely from your heart, people will not appreciate it. That is what we see. Even though they do it to discourage us, the attack is coming from our fellow Biafrans, also coming from the YouTube themselves, coming from Nigerian government. So these are the challenges we have to face. Sometimes it is difficult to come online, but I will force myself to come online and preach a message. No matter what happens, I will continue to do my own little best. At least that is the portion I have chosen, and I will continue to preach this message on my own, according to my own desire, based on my own conviction and what I have seen, based on truth. I will continue to preach this message. I don't care. Even if it is only one person listening or two people, I will do it because it is what I have signed by my own self. Nobody is paying me to do it. I'm not doing it for any gain from anybody. I'm not doing it because of anybody or to promote anybody. Nobody can come out and say he or she have given me anything to come and preach or to come and speak on their behalf. And nobody can say that I have called him or her any day to give me anything for this message I'm preaching. I am doing it because I know it has to do with my own self, my life, my future, and the future of unborn generation. That is why I continue to do it. So I appreciate everyone that have joined us on this program. Thank you so much for joining. As many as have joined, just try and help us to like and share the program. Don't watch alone. Share it to those you know that have like minds. Those you know they can have boldness to come and ask questions. Those that tells you of different things. Those you know that they have different perspectives, different opinions. They have different opinion, not to castigate, but to challenge what we are saying. If there's anybody you know that have been asking you difficult questions about the restoration of Biafra, whether a Biafra or non-Biafra, that we have that courage to come in and ask this question, send it to them. Let them come and ask the question. We will answer them and we will engage them. So for those who are joining us for the very first time, I want to let you know that in this platform, we don't come here to instigate violence. We do not come to this platform to preach hate. In this platform, we don't attack people, we don't attack individuals. Our purpose of coming here is not for saga. We do not attack any race or religion. The only thing we do here is to promote the cause of freedom, to support humanity, to present Biafra before the whole world as the only remedy to the failed state Nigeria. As you all know, Nigeria is a failed state. And when I say Nigeria is a failed state, it is not a propaganda, not a blackmail, not an attack, not a lie, but a fact that you yourself can verify. Every one of us know the indices that makes up a failed state. Go and check Nigeria. You see the way Donald Trump referred to Nigeria, the kind of thing he called them. You will understand that Nigeria is not existing. Donald Trump called it a disgraced country, called it a shithole. You can't address a state that is still existing on that manner. We also saw a court in Canada came out and said that all the political parties including in Nigeria are all terrorist organizations. This can only happen in a failed state, in a state where the terrorists are running rampage every day without anybody confronting them. So when we refer to Nigeria as a failed state, it is not a propaganda, not a blackmail, not to tarnish their image. It is a fact, a verifiable fact. So all you need to do is that if you disagree with us, go ahead and verify, then come back. If you disagree with us, if you have that confidence that you have a superior argument, click the link, join us, and then you bring your facts. We will listen to you. So I appreciate everyone that have joined. I appreciate everyone that have come. Thank you so much for joining, more especially those that are always here with me in afternoon, evening, daily. I can see my brother Gerard is always here. I see Uche Onyende. Uche Onyende is also here with me all the time. I appreciate every one of you, and I wish you a very wonderful weekend. You know, weekend is a time that people have to focus on their own personal activities and so many things. But still, people make out time to talk about something that concerns all of us. It is not just about our selfish interest, not just about our own person. It is also about our collective interest. That is why you see people, even in the weekend, they still come out to join us. So I appreciate every one of you, and I say they should go God and protect you all. So we are going to have a very quick one. I'm not gonna take much of your time. I'm gonna be brief so that we can go and do whatever we have to do today. So I'm gonna go into the program of today and the topic we are going to discuss. Remember, it is always an interactive section in this platform. All you need to do is to join us and interact with us. Bring up your own opinion. Whatever your opinion is, you are entitled to it. You are not bound to agree with whatever I say. Likewise, myself, I'm not bound to agree with what you say. But we can disagree to agree. And while we open up the discussion, is that people can be able to go back and reason within themselves, then make a choice on what to do. That is why we keep it open, allow everybody to express themselves, how they feel, regardless the group you belong, regardless who you support or who you don't support. Even if you are a one Nigerianist, whatever be your own ideology, feel free to join us here, share it with us, and speak to us for us to learn. As I always say, we are not claiming to know it all, and nobody can claim to be the master of knowledge. You only know the little that you are exposed to, and there are people that know things that you do not know. So that is why we always open that ground and give a listening ear to everybody. And so I urge every one of us to please listen to whatever we're going to say today carefully, even when the message does not go the way you want it to go. There is no need to attack anybody or insult anybody. All you need to do is that when we preach a message that hits you and you don't feel comfortable, you go back and check if you're on the right path. If your spirit convinces you that you are doing the right thing, go ahead and do what you are doing. But if there is a little voice in your mind that is telling you that this thing you are doing might not be right, please have a change of heart. No need to attack anybody, curse out anybody, because that's not why we're here. When we speak on certain issues, people pick on it and begin to talk. It is not that we want to bring anybody down or that we want to degrade anybody, but we are speaking the truth, giving everybody opportunity to have a rethink. Likewise, those of us who are speaking, who are here, we will equally give that chance for every other person to express themselves and say things they want to say whenever they want to say it. That is why we're here in this program, and we will continue to do whatever is needed to do so that we will continue to move on. So I welcome every one of you, and this very day, I'm going to be very brief. The topic we are going to discuss is Biafra restoration under attack. The truth they don't want you to hear. That is what we are going to discuss today. And on that truth, we are going to broaden it, Biafra restoration. We are going to talk about the challenges in this restoration movement. We are going to talk about the political sabotage that we are facing and seeing. We are also going to talk why peaceful division may be the only sustainable solution. The only sustainable solution to the situation in the Zoological Republic today remains a peaceful division. When we say this, it is not out of anger, it is not out of malice, it is a fact, an undeniable fact that no matter how angry you are, no matter how you pretend, at the end of the day, you're going to come back to realize that what we are saying is the right thing. So, my people, brothers and sisters, friends, and truth lovers across the world, we are here again to speak clarity. We speak without fear. We speak because silence is no longer an option. The Biafran restoration movement did not start yesterday. It was born out of history. It was strengthened by injustice. That is why we will never stop. The injustice continue and continue to increase every day. And it continues because the underlying issue have never been resolved. But today, we must ask difficult questions. We must continue to ask these difficult questions that they don't have an answer to. What are the real challenges facing Biafra restoration? What role are Southeast politicians playing? And is Nigeria structured in a way that allows peaceful coexistence, or is peaceful division along value system now the only sustainable solution to save Nigeria? Stay with us as we dive into this issue, because we will continue to speak, we will continue to do what we have to do, and we are not going to relent in presenting the case how it's supposed to be. The core challenges of Biafra restoration. Let us be honest, every liberation or self-determination movement faces three major obstacles. Every liberation, not just Biafra, every liberation or self-determination movement faces three major obstacles: internal division, political suppression, international recognition barriers. And that is what we are facing today. If you look at these three major obstacles, they are the three major obstacles we are facing today: internal division, political suppression from the politicians, more especially the Biafran politicians, people who are from Biafran region, the South is the Igbos more especially. International recognition barriers. Those barriers are the obstacles we are facing today. We know Nigerian government is paying huge amount of money, following us everywhere we go. You have seen the movement of Bianca recently, and the most painful thing is that they are using people that are among us to do this dirty job, and they are doing it for them, for their own selfish and personal interest. The Biafran project is no different. These problems are what we are facing today. First, internal division. Unity is strength, division is weakness. Within the Southeast, there are different strategies, different leadership styles, different approaches, and sometimes public disagreement. When a movement lacks a united voice, opponent exploits that weakness. That is what we are facing today. Many of us that come online to speak are speaking from different angles of their mouth. You can imagine somebody you are fighting the same cause of freedom, but what he or she does every day is to come online to oppose you. When you do something, even when he or she knows that what you are doing is going to affect the freedom journey positively, they will attack it. They will discredit it simply because it's not coming for their group, simply because they're not the ones saying it. Just for example, like the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa that I have been talking about on this platform, that his own fundraising is going to be held today for our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, a man that every one of us respect and adore. Mazi Simon Ekpa, he has been in prison, sentenced for 6 years, and he's going for his appeal. And he has no lawyer, no international lawyer standing for him. All of a sudden, a group came out and were able to provide an international lawyer for him. What every one of us should have done is to support that very movement, that very initiative. He has been there. There is nobody that deemed it free to get an international lawyer for him. Is it not a shameful thing that Mazi Simon Ekpa went through the court with a pro bono lawyer? Is it a shameful thing that he is going to appeal and we have not made arrangement for a lawyer? But suddenly, some group were touched and they made that and did that. And when we talk about the fundraising, some people get angry. This is for Mazi Simon Ekpa, who is our Prime Minister. I'm not doing it to promote any group or any persons. If it is not concerning Mazi Simon Ekpa or Mazi Nandekam, I wouldn't talk about it. I don't have any issue with it. I won't talk about it. I will not promote or demote it. I won't. But this is one kind. When any issue that has to do with Mazi Simon Ekpa or Mazi Nandekam concerns me, it doesn't matter where it comes from. Whenever I hear issues that has to do with them, genuinely that has to do with them, I have feel concern. In the case of this very fundraising, it is genuine. It is genuine because every group have confirmed it that this is something that needs to be done. And this is something that have been talked about. Simon Ekpa have already spoken and people have heard it. Many visited him, many went there, he spoke to many hungry. But when you talk about this, some people, because of their own personal interest, they speak against it. It is sad, but that is the part of the division we are talking, and it is working against us. Unity is strength, but division is weakness. I use this opportunity to call everybody. If you know how you can be able to support today, please try to do so. It is not an approval of any particular individual or group. It is an approval for support for our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, a man that is so dear to our heart. He has fought this battle. Mazi Nandekano is in Nigeria, and every one of us support. Mazi Nandekano has senior advocates lined up for him, even pro bono. But the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa is different. He's not in Nigeria. He's outside the country, and it's not easy to get the number of lawyers that Mazi Nandekano has on his own case. So even if it's this only one, people have to rally around. It is legitimate. The lawyer has spoken. We have seen the interview of the lawyer, which I also posted recently here. The information of the lawyer is public. You can even get the number and call and make a discussion and make confirmations so that you wouldn't say you are being deceived. But fighting against it is something that I don't understand. You cannot be fighting against it simply because you are not the one, you're not the one hosting it. Or maybe the person that is hosting it, you don't like. Even me personally, there are so many people that are in that group that are hosting it that I can't have anything to do with them. But for the sake of Mazi Simon Ekpa, that is why I'm speaking. I'm not speaking because of any individual. I'm speaking because of Mazi Simon Ekpa. That is why I take interest in talking about it. But when we are so much divided, you see, it creates weakness. We can't even be able to get a lawyer for our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon. It is a shameful thing. It's a shameful thing, and it's not something that needs to be had. It is a disgrace. And more especially as the appeal is coming on August 8th, on August 5th. On August 5th, every one of us, Master Samuel had demanded that we will come there to cheer him up. Try to prepare yourself, get your ticket on time, be in Finland on that 5th of August so that people can be there to cheer him up. So, unity is strength, division is weakness. We must avoid this unnecessary division. I have talked about unity of purpose and I continue to talk about it. It doesn't mean that we must be the same group. Even if we are not in the same group, when there is initiative that we know that it affects the struggle, it is something that has to do with our leaders that are there to our heart, regardless who brings it. Once you look at it and it is genuine, support it. Support it. Even if you cannot support it financially, you cannot support it morally, don't speak about it. Don't speak against it. Don't discourage people. Just be on your own. Be your own. Let's not fight each other. Let us not discourage something that you know has to do with you. You can't be claiming to love Master Simon Ekpa and you are discouraging people to support a movement that you know that is for him. Some of you might say you don't trust this one. Even me, I don't trust anybody. I do not trust anybody. I'm not laying trust on anybody or any group. But my trust and courage for Master Simon Ekpa, and we have to do what we got to do. With the Southeast, there are different strategies, different leadership style, different approach, and sometimes public disagreement. When a movement lacks united voice, opponents exploit that weakness. This is a fact. This is a fact. Our opponent, which is the Nigerian government and the caliphate, they are exploiting the differences among us. They are exploiting that weakness, that division among us. They exploit it and they are taking to push us back. Secondly, political suppression. The Nigerian state views Biafra as a threat to national unity. That means heavy surveillance, legal action, arrest, risk. These are the things we are seeing today. Political suppression. These are the challenges, the great challenges we are facing in this struggle today. And if you don't know this, you better know it now. The Nigerian state view Biafra as a threat to national unity. Even though they know that we are pursuing our legitimate cause, self-determination, peaceful self-determination, which is a right enshrined in international law, Nigerian, African Peoples and Human Rights Law, Nigerian law itself support it. But yet, they see us as a threat to national unity that doesn't even exist. That means heavy surveillance. That is what we see in Nigeria. Heavy surveillance against the Biafra people. Legal actions, even when it is illegitimate, just like what you are seeing against our Biafran people, our and our president, legal actions, arrest. We have seen so many arrests for our people. Many of our brothers and sisters and comrades have been arrested. Some of them have been there for years, some decades. Some time ago, there were people that were released that served 17 good years for no just cause. 17 good years, and they were found innocent. And they were released. There are some that are detained and they were never taken to court up to this minute. Up to this minute, a journalist has given a report of hundreds of IPOB members that are languishing in detention in Port Harcourt. And nobody is saying anything about it. They arrest people indiscriminately without any warrant, without any cause. We have seen restrictions. We have been restricted in so many things, restriction in so many areas, restriction in so many things. Information warfare, that is the major one we are facing. And that is why I come here every day. This information warfare against the Biafrans. You see, every time Biafrans do a thing, they will come and paint it evil. The same way they are attacking our city to making it violence. A peaceful demonstration. Civil disobedience, very, very peaceful. Nobody is being forced. People on their own are sitting at home. But Nigerian government at every point in time has always made it violence. They make it look violence. They present it to the world as a violent movement. But it is not. So this information warfare, they are fighting. That is why we come online to debunk these lies against us. Whether one agrees or disagrees with the movement, the reality is that tension has defined the relationship. Tension has defined our relationship with Nigeria. International hesitation. That is another challenge we are facing. International hesitation. The global community often prioritizes stability over justice. This is exactly what the Biafran people are facing today. The international community, they prioritize stability over justice, which is not possible. You will see them talking about stabilizing Nigeria, making Nigeria be one, unity of purpose, diversity, unity in diversity. But in these languages they are using, they forgot about justice. Nobody is addressing the injustice, inhuman treatment of the Biafrans that have continued, even as we speak. They don't talk about it, but they prioritize stability over justice. Foreign governments really support separation movement unless it aligns with their geopolitical interests. That is true. Only when it aligns with their interests, even though they know you are fighting the right cause, you are doing the right thing, but they will never, ever, ever. Very difficult for them to support separation. They don't. They don't. So now you understand the challenges we are facing. That makes diplomatic recognition extremely difficult. With everything we have done, with the number of lives that have been lost, 5 million during the Civil War, after then, millions have died and continue to die. We have done every necessary thing, including having a government in exile, but yet, very difficult to be recognized. Today, we are chasing recognition after 50-something years. After 50-something years, only just recently, that the state of Israel was able to speak about the issue of Biafra in their parliament. And after that speech, you can see the move Nigeria is already making. Another lobby is going on in Israel today. As we speak, another lobby is going on. And you never can tell what will happen. You never can tell what will happen because it is always about interest. And Nigeria is ready to trade anything. They need to trade anything to be able to keep us in captivity. But I bet you, as long as Chukwukabian lives, because it's the appointed time, all these things is not going to last forever. We believe that by the special grace of Chukwukabian, they will never succeed in keeping us or in holding us down. So the question becomes, can a restoration project succeed without internal unity? Can a restoration project succeed without internal unity? Regional political backing and international leverage? That question is deep. Can a restoration project succeed without internal unity? It is a question. Can restoration projects succeed without internal unity, regional political backing, and international leverage? Can we succeed without this? You know, sometimes we have to ask ourselves these deep questions because these are questions and obstacles that we must confront. When we confront these questions and answer them, then it will give us more strength and more energy to know where to focus on what to do and what not to do. So the question remains, can a restoration project succeed without internal unity, regional political backing, and international leverage? That is the strategic dilemma that we are facing. So every one of us should continue to give answers to these questions. Ask yourself, within yourself, when you are alone, when you are discussing with people, so that you can know where to channel your energy and how to go about things. It is very important. We know that our politicians, more especially the politicians in Biafra land, the Igbo politicians, they are not helping matters. They are the major obstacles that are standing against the Biafra, the Biafra restoration politically. They are fighting it with everything they have. Now let us address the most controversial part, the role of Southeast politicians. The role of Southeast politicians. Some citizens believe these leaders should openly defend self-determination. That is what some people believe. Even if they are not doing it openly, we believe that these people should align themselves with self-determination. And some people argue they are operating within a federal system and must protect political stability to avoid sanction or removal. So these people, many of them, instead of fighting for their own people, they are there for their own personal interests. And the argument has always been there. So people are asking, are these people that call themselves politicians, are they not supposed to be representing their people? Since self-determination is legitimate, self-determination is approved by international law, African peoples and human rights law, even Nigerian law, why don't they, knowing that this is the will of their people? Because in Biafra, and more especially the Southeast, 90% of the people want this self-determination. Then the question remains, why is it that their elites, those that call themselves politicians and lawmakers, are not making this request? They don't. What do we see? They continue to pursue the agenda of their one Nigeria, to keep the fraudulent Nigeria, to keep their posts, maintain themselves, looking for opportunity in Asorok and all that. That is why today they have become the greatest enemy of the struggle. Look at what is happening. In the southern, in the northern part of Nigeria, you can never see the northern governors or lawmakers inviting the military. Anytime there is a military issue in the military taking action in the north, it will only be from federal. We have seen the northern, most of the northern part of the country have been taken by terrorists. But you see, the governors relax. They don't invite the police to come and go there. They don't invite the army. But in our own side, people that are asking for a legitimate right, what do we see? We see people go all out and fight against them. Others argue. Here is the reality. Most Southeast governors and senators operate within Nigeria constitutional framework. This is a fact. Their political survival depends on the federal structure. That is why they don't care about us. Their funding depends on federal allocation. And they just focus on that. Their security coordination depends in Abuja. That is why none of them is going to support the Biafran cause. And that creates a conflict interest. While their people are crying and shouting for freedom, asking for self-determination, they are crying for one Nigeria. And that has kept us stagnant. That has become a very difficult challenge for us in this struggle. Can someone benefit from a system and at the same time openly challenge the existence of that system? For a black man, it's impossible. Can someone benefit from a system and at the same time openly challenge the existence of that system? It will not happen. This tension fuels public frustration. That is what we sometimes, when you sit back and you begin to look at these people that call themselves the representative from the Southeast, I don't know where to start to talk about them. They are the greatest enemies that we have. Many grassroots supporters feel unheard. They feel underrepresented. They feel their historical grievances are not forcefully defended at the national level. And that is the situation we have found ourselves. But we must also ask, are elected officials prioritizing gradual reform within Nigeria, or are they afraid of losing political leverage? That is the question. And you and I know what the question is. We ask the question, but we know the answer. Are elected officials prioritizing gradual reform within Nigeria, or are they afraid of losing political privilege? You know what the answer is. The answer is they are afraid of losing political privilege. Because if they were prioritizing gradual reform within Nigeria, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu laid that foundation for them. And when he laid that foundation to them after he was arrested in 2015, what did they do? They created more chaos with their python hands. That was even when it gave birth to the bloodshed and many lives were lost. To the extent that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, we had enough. We need to defend ourselves. But this debate is still on. As the debate is on, we know already. If they were the officials, those who are politicians in Biafra, if they were pursuing a gradual process, a gradual reform within Nigeria, we would have seen the effect by now. But as you see, go and check every one of them. Go and check what they are doing. They don't have that template for any gradual reform. None of those templates exist anywhere. What we see is that they are there putting themselves in position. They are there for their own personal and selfish interests. They are there pushing their own agenda. They don't care about you, neither do they care about me. And we must also focus and never allow them to confuse us. From the federal government's perspective, Nigeria unity is non-negotiable. That is the sad thing. The Nigerian Constitution does not provide a clear legal pathway for secession. That means any agitation for separation is treated as a constitutional threat. And this was done intentionally. It was done intentionally by the caliphates, even though they were the first people to ask for exit from Nigeria when they talked about Araba. But today, because the power favors them, the numbers, the statistics they themselves put in place favors them, they no longer want separation. But here is the deeper issue. Nigeria is a country of multiple nations, culture, and value system. When value system clash, governance becomes unstable. This is a fact. When people feel unsafe, trust erodes completely. That is the situation now. When trust erodes, unity weakens. Unity has died a natural death in Nigeria long ago, but they continue to pretend. After more than 60 years, they are still preaching about unity, about oneness that will never come. The government emphasizes national unity. Agitators emphasize self-determination. They can never, and it is not just about Biafra. The Yorubas are also agitating for self-determination. The Middle Belt are agitating for self-determination. The Northern Hausas are agitating for self-determination. But the contraption that the British put together have refused to pay attention to this very important demand that could save every life, that could put every region in the path of success. And in between ordinary citizens, ordinary citizens suffer insecurity, economic hardship, and fear. That is what is going on. Because of this forceful amalgamation, this false unity that is existing. You keep on seeing the government talking about unity. Just of recent, you saw where the president of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, was talking about unity. In that place where a treasurer was telling him, how can you be talking about unity when you release your own brother and you took my own brother and you put him in jail? How can you tell me to go and address my people that we should work together? How can we work together? When my own son was being put in life sentence, and your own son that did the same thing, exactly, even worse than my son did, is free, enjoying a title. And you saw them in that crowd, they were laughing at it, they laughed over it. This is not funny. It is not funny. That traditional law was making a case that every one of us have been speaking about every day. But that case was made before the president of Nigeria and all the traditional rulers. He told them to their face. But they laughed it over. They laughed over it. And yet you're preaching unity. In between that unity you're preaching, ordinary citizens are suffering insecurity that you are seeing today, economic hardship and fear. This is the order of the day in Nigeria. Insecurity is in all parts of the country. Initially, Biafra land, even up to the Biafra land, used to be the most secure place you can think of in Nigeria. Remains Biafra land, the most secure place. The insecurity you see in Biafra land is created by the government itself, by the politicians. You can see today how they are chasing the Liberation Army into their camps, destroying everything in their path, taking the life of innocent people and destroying properties, claiming they are chasing the Liberation Army. We have not heard that they kidnapped anybody. We have not heard that they took innocent lives. We have not heard that they called for ransom for anybody. But in the northern part of Nigeria, where they continue to kidnap and they show video and demand ransom, and ransom are paid. Even Boko Haram make deals with the federal government of Nigeria and they go and pay them. But when we ask for our self-determination, they come after us with all manner of weapons, using our own people. That is the most painful. Every single war we are fighting today is fought against ourselves. Look at the people who are going after the Liberation Army. They are all Igbos, going on video, speaking their language, attacking their brothers. What crime have they committed? They are asking for self-determination. That is why you are going after them. But in the northern part of Nigeria, the real terrorists that the world have designated as terrorists, their leaders tell you that they are their foot soldiers. They are their brothers. They say negotiate, negotiate, negotiate. But in our own side, all they want is to take innocent life. People who are fighting for a genuine cause. It is sad, but that institution. In Nigeria, you have value system collision. That is what is happening. And the only way to be able to save human life in Nigeria is to create country along value system. Let us speak plainly. Different regions of Nigeria operate on different cultural expectations. Different regions, those countries that we are forced together, they all operate on different cultural expectations. This is a fact, an undeniable fact. Religious interpretations, political versions, and social norms, they are all different. That alone is a very big problem. But it doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop there. The problem arises when governance structure fail to accommodate those different equalities, those differences. The government structure today does not accommodate these differences that we have. That is why they call northern part of the Fulani smuggle Sharia into Nigerian law. In a secular state, they smuggle Sharia. What happens to those who are Christians? What happens to those who are traditionalists? Every one of us have our own law and things that we respect. So what happened to the rest? When you smuggle Sharia, and now they are pushing it all the way down, forcing others into it. Governance structure in Nigeria has failed to accommodate the differences equitably. That is a major problem. That is a major problem. If people feel economically marginalized, politically underrepresented, culturally misunderstood, or insecure, then unity becomes emotional, not structural. The unity you see people talk about today in Nigeria, from different angles, from all tribes, is just emotional. If you want to have unity, there must be a structure. And that structure has to be based on justice and equity. When you begin to treat people equal, with respect, then, of course, you don't need to talk much about unity. Unity is going to come. And emotional unity is fragile. Because that is what you have. That is what some people, when they come online on national TV, they talk about unity. You see their president will come and speak about unity. You see lawmakers, everybody is talking about traditional rule and unity. But they speak out of emotion. There is no practical structure on how to go about that unity and get it. There is none. There is none. Emotional unity is fragile. Even after all those their eloquent speech and words, that is not unity. So we must ask the bold question: is forced unity sustainable? Is forced unity sustainable? It's a $1 million question that we will continue to ask. Or is negotiated peaceful division based on democratic processes more humane? Of course, you and I know that is it. But are people ready? Are people ready? Ready to do the right thing? Is the Nigerian government ready to do that? No, they are not ready. This is not a call for violence. What I'm making here is never a call for violence because they will always misinterpret us. This is a call for structured dialogue. History shows us example. Some nations restructure. Some nations decentralized power. Some peaceful separated through referendum. There are examples that they can learn from. Why is it that the contraption called Nigeria has refused to tap into all the solutions available for them? Why? Why? The message we are preaching, instead of listening to us, they frame it violence. They frame it unpatriotic. How can you be patriotic to a nation that doesn't want you alive? A nation that's only project is to keep you enslaved. This is a call for structured dialogue. Our call in this program is a call for structured dialogue. You can learn from history. The government can pay attention to history and learn from history. Things have been done other places and it worked. Some nations restructured and it began to work for them. Some nations decentralized power and it worked for them. Some peacefully separated through referendum. We have seen several separations. In Europe, after separation, they began to do well. In Asia, separation, they began to do well. Why are you not going to do that in the case of Nigeria and let the people begin to grow? In the United States of America, we have seen restructure. We have seen decentralization of power in so many places. We have seen restructured nations and how they operate and succeed. The common factor, dialogue, legal framework, and negotiation. This is what must be done. That is the common factor to succeed. It is not, we are not calling for any arm or invasion from abroad. Let there be a call for negotiation. For the fact that the United States is speaking about the issue of Nigeria, calling for the removal of Sharia in Nigeria, is a step forward. Let there be a serious dialogue. Let people sit and discuss. Let there be legal framework. Let there be negotiation, serious negotiation. That is what we are calling for. We are not calling for violence or war. No. We are calling for a peaceful. And let me be clear. Peaceful division does not mean chaos. It does not mean war. It does not mean hatred. It means structured negotiation. It means legal referendum process. It means international observation. It means asset sharing agreements. It means border clarity. It means security coordination. That is what it means. So when we are speaking about these issues and people misinterpret it and begin to call division, no, the division we are talking about is not chaos. It is not hatred. It is not war. All we are asking for is a structured negotiation, a legal referendum processes, international observations, asset sharing agreement, border clarity, security coordination. This is what we are calling for. So don't misquote us. We will continue to speak, no matter how angry you get, no matter how you push your propaganda and blackmail us, we will not stop talking. If coexistence continues to produce instability, then leaders must explore alternative responsibly. The goal is simple: save life, stabilize community, create accountable governance, but they will never do it. That is why we have opted for the last option, which is division, peaceful disintegration of Nigeria. Hear the hard truth. This is the hard truth. No movement succeeds without clear strategy, unified leadership, diplomatic engagement, economic blueprint, legal pathway. And we are engaging in all this. We need to improve in all this. Emotions alone cannot build a nation. Anger alone cannot sustain sovereignty. And slogan alone cannot secure international recognition. This is a message for my fellow Biafrans. We need to do more. We need to do more. Emotions alone cannot build a nation. Anger alone cannot sustain sovereignty. And slogan alone cannot secure international recognition. Whether one supports Biafra restoration or restructuring within Nigeria, the solution must be practical, lawful, and people-centered. That is why I'm saying there is nothing in the table. In the case of Nigeria, there is nothing in the table, not even the restructuring, not the separation, nothing in the table. You see why we need to fight harder. We have gone our own path and do what we have to do. And we have to continue to hold on it and continue to call for international intervention for the right thing to happen. If Nigeria cares, if the contraption and the war, if the war cares about humanity, dialogue must replace demonization. They must stop listening to Nigeria as Nigeria continues to demonize the Biafran people. Regional leaders must openly engage their constituents. The federal government must address long-standing grievances with measured reform. Citizens must reject violence, demand structured political solution, just like we are doing, engaging in our civil disobedience every Monday without harming anybody. Citizens must reject violence. If Nigeria remains united, let it be true justice and equity. If Nigeria never is structured or separate, let it be true ballot, not bullet. We are asking for a peaceful separation. A peaceful separation. That's what the call of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu for a long time. And Mazen Sabaneko went ahead to convince them to do the referendum, and that is why he went ahead to do it. Because every drop of blood lost weakens the future. We have lost a lot of people. We have lost a lot of life, and we cannot continue to lose lives. We have made a lot of sacrifice, and we cannot continue to sacrifice human life. Enough people have died. But what we see in Nigeria is that none of them is ready to pay attention to our call. More especially the politicians, those who claim to be politicians from Igbo extraction. You see the effort that they are doing. Many of you must have seen what Bianca is doing. Bianca is in the front line of the only assignment she has is to make sure she stops every international move that favors Biafra. Every sympathy that Biafra enjoys, Bianca is fighting it. Bianca went to Finland and destroyed the sympathy we have from Finland. Biafra went to Finland and sold us out. Today, she is going to Israel to do the same thing. It is sad. These are a bunch of destructive haters, and we will never overlook it. Every Biafra must pay attention to this. Continue to speak, and I urge our brothers and sisters, those of them who are fighting hard in Israel, going to the parliament and making a case, they should sit up, keep their eyes on the ball, don't get discouraged, but they should be aware that Bianca is doing something in Israel. They should be aware that Bianca is coming with her effort. But I believe the state of Israel is not like Finland. The state of Israel have gone through enough, and they know a lot. We have furnished them with enough. And they are not just a poor country or a weak country. The state of Israel is a very big country that can stand for the truth, even though they have their own interests. We know. But at the same time, if those are our sisters that have been able to make our case hard, go straight forward. After they vote, about almost 70% of the people in the House voted that Biafra should be discussed. So we still stand a better chance. We know that Nigeria is going to pump money there very soon. But no matter what happens, we will never look back. You're welcome, my brother Christian. Thank you so much for joining. Bro Christian, you are there?
Yeah, bro, choose. There.
Welcome, my brother.
Yeah, network G. That is an MM Shege, an MM Aro. I'm telling you, brother.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, my brother.
Udodi. Okondum na putano up now.
Yeah, very clear.
Yeah, because I'm trying to use other links. So, but so bad. If it's important. I don't know. And the Biafra, it's very important that we realized the time we live in. This is the most crucial and at the same time most dangerous time in our lifetime.
Very dangerous.
In our lifetime. 1 year Noah. 1 year Quenswa Noah. Where you wait tipia di mojuku. 1 year Quenswa Noah. Evil and sabotage runs in her vein. It is the blood of sabotage that she was giving birth to.
She took over from her father. Her father was a saboteur.
Yes. So I don't know for sure, but I know that no Israel or no J Israel.
Israel. I think she's planning to go. She's going to be in Israel any moment because that meeting was held in Abuja. It was held in Abuja, but I think she's
the Israeli embassy.
Yes, Israeli ambassador.
So that simply means that they are preparing her again, just like they did with Finland, to go and disrupt everything that is good for the Biafran people. These people, and I can't say it enough. Well, thank goodness, like you said, Israel, if we have a government, whether in exile or whatever, they should be able to, with facts, overall propaganda, facts, evidence-based fact, and destroy her, discredit her. I don't know if you are getting my point, brother. But funding our representative, both in Israel, Mobo, CRC, government, Biafra, whatever, more USB, if they are genuine, if they are serious, there is, again, not propaganda, not try to lie, but evidence-based fact to discredit her and destroy her, because it's obvious that what she's doing is caliphate playbook. The same enemy of Israel, the same enemy of America, the same enemy of Christian world. Bro, as we speak now, America and Israel, they are hitting Iran now. Are you aware?
When? This morning?
Jesus Christ. It is in Iraq. That is, Anna Sonde Akuna as we speak.
Since yesterday, I've not been myself. I've been so busy.
Okay, so now breaking news, Kanye now.
Yes, so it don't happen.
Ana Sonde Akuna and then in the caliphate in a northern zoo. How I know where as usual, it's on it's in Abahara now. But this for everybody to know that when President Trump says something, he means it, and there's no missing word. The genocide against Christians in Nigeria, that is going to hit them, and he did. And you know what?
He started this morning, huh?
Yes. And you know what? Hand on Nigeria now, and they can walk and chew gum at the same time. America can walk and chew gum. So, no message that now. Even as they are dealing with Iran, they can continue. They can deal with. So, they don't know what it because the point is that this existential threat is not just against Israel. It's not just against America. It's not just Africa, but including Europeans. I'm telling you the gospel truth. Because in their Aquado, this jihadist, this Islamic jihadist movement is a worldwide phenomenon. And somebody has to do the needful. Otherwise, everybody is in big trouble. Nobody will be safe. I'm telling you the truth. If they lay hand on Nigeria, the natural and human resources unavailable, limitlessly, Nigeria. If these people lay hand on it, everybody's in trouble. And America under Trump is not going to allow it.
Within a month.
Yeah. The good thing is that Trump will 3 years to do this thing. You know what?
Yes.
Over 3 years. Before the 3 years elapsed, so God doesn't make mistake. That we must bear in mind. He doesn't make mistake. Only enough time because we now, and it's not going to stop. Equally now that I get Sharia in Nigeria. These guys think that is a joke. I said that now. That never. That instead, Obodokewa, good.
Simple.
We welcome that. Okay, Kewa.
Simple.
Now the likes of the Bianco, the only Chineke already. God will bring shame and destruction upon them. If for Omahi now, Omahi, that is Chineke akpo Omahi or Kwama they are aware. If they name Omahi now, right?
I've been following their issues. Disgraced man.
Good.
Very shameless man.
This is just the beginning. That is India and Noah. They stand in the gap of the enemy to destroy us, using our own people. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, an innocent man, a collaborator, and they will hand over to. So God will avenge. The wrath of God will visit them one by one. If that is I've never been so moved to speak ill on somebody as one Yanwa. Ifo made in Finland. Because even I honor uniquely in a position to talk and they will listen, being the wife of
that was why she was in that post, nothing else.
And that is the advantage that the caliphate is taking, and that is the advantage that she and everybody is taking, because now only about the foundational originator of Biafra, Bodie, you want to go? Nobody is better placed to talk and the world will listen. But Chineke, that's the wind. Whatever the wind or whatever effort she's making, God will turn it on her head and destruction will before her. Because what if I'm why? Everybody can see what Nigeria is obvious. So on whose side is she? Where does she stand? Even nobody. They've been able to get these guys to become their instrument for destruction of Biafrans, but God will destroy them. I feel the things between them, which they do in secret, even as he plays out in the open. I for the image, when Umahi tried to humiliate her in a public place. So this woman has become so dishonored, so disgraced. I've never seen in my whole life. Africa, the other time, one other minister, opposite no public toilet for these zoo politicians with no shame, no dignity whatsoever. And he thinks that that is going to save her. No. Destruction will come upon her. I'm so vexed. I am so vexed. Because if Nigerian Mendi Igbo, in particular, if you are an Igbo person, you are not vexed, then I don't know what, then you have a problem.
You are not human.
So you are not human. Where do Kebbi man we see bidogodu? Now all go do to no Igbo. Instead, I retire everybody just to make sure you are not placed in the position. Even about Frank Mba, the guy who is supposed to be.
Mba is not crying, that idiot.
Oh, serve the zoo and come back in shame. None the kind of prophet.
He's writing that it is now, he really believes that the Igbos have no chance in this Nigeria. So all this while we have been saying,
welcome to my world. Welcome to our world. Nnamdi Kanu be a prophet. He's not honored, but God honors him. Serve the zoo and come back. Ma Bianco no I know ma here. They will all be brought to nothing. They will be. That is the anger of God will befall them one by one. Masoludo hanine sina because now they don't care what happens on the Igbo in Nigeria. Chineke ga-akpọ one by one. And as we do our best, as we push whatever, we must continue to commit this into the hand of Chukwu Kadiama. Because when if Chuku at the end of the day, nothing. If they my brother, it is to this movement, just like America does some people. That call now one agent in the caliphate called. All their plan in is can caliphate the so she must be completely exposed. The role she's playing. Live our life. We believe in human development, we believe in humanity. But agent, the caliphate in the use the rest of the politicians, they should not be listened to. They are not on the side of it.
Wow, the network have kicked him out. The networks are kicked him out. It's very painful. It's very painful that some people have volunteered themselves to become an agent of destruction. They have made themselves agent of destruction. And I said it yesterday. I made a prayer yesterday when I was doing a program. And that prayer will definitely be answered. As many as are standing against us, no matter who you are, more especially those who are Biafrans, and they are in the front line attacking our freedom. People who have sworn and said we will never be free, every one of them will go down because the appointed time has come. This change of world order is not ending. Donald Trump is going to complete his assignment. He has positioned every single one of them the way it should be. As the Iran issue have kicked off, I believe he is going to handle the Nigeria issue perfectly well, very, very soon. And there's no going back. Yeah, welcome back, my brother. I think the network kicked you out. Bro Christian, are you there? Your network battle is really hard today. They kicked you out. We can't hear you. We can't hear you, Bro Christian. We cannot hear you, Bro Christian. You are not still yet connected. I think your network is.
Master, I don't know.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay. Network name made me fade go to so Osula, the whole thing, Osula this morning. Obodo and Obodo Eliza as an Akahadra and I saw her each no what I go. So I make sure exactly. And one thing with Trump now, somebody up now, he made an okay, making him that is her. And the Oma area okay, because now all those natural resources in the zoo, Haji Pino Boda, Trump got touch, okay, make
only that one alone we make him to support the division. Only that
100%.
We make him to mount pressure on that disintegration of Nigeria. Everybody go their separate ways. Oh yeah, man.
What a time to be alive. In our lifetime, if any Obodo Ekwensu ano Jido ndi Biafra, because we are the head of the obstacle. Obodo amna wage. You can know about the head of the obstacle. Sinanya man nwere onwe anyi. Onwe ife ime ndị a, onwe ife ime absolutely nothing. You know. But he that is bigger than them. The God that is bigger than them is here now.
Yes.
So how do you my brother? How do you well just no try because only been on that there's a lot going on. But anytime all the impossible, but at least I might keep a saga. But we have to keep our eyes open, keep focused. Undi Biafra, keep our eyes open, keep the focus. We get to the finish line. It's obvious because in the caliphate, that now they will never ever, not in their lifetime, would that happen. And the man again, Trump or Koreans not give me fair. You can be rest assured. Oh, you will surprise you. It all our money. It all our if so that is happening. You can see that this is his genetic makeups. Go talk to her mom and that well, nobody knew, nobody believed it, nobody suspected it. He goes ahead, he did it. And you can be rest assured that now they're monitoring. And I follow her up now. And I follow her. So the earlier and the earlier Habido Jiko, nobody's gonna stop them if they try to anyway. No stop. Absolutely, you know what I mean? Unlike us. I took a haju, but I start that need whatever kind of you have it. It's like just a walk in the park. The earlier they go, you can see, especially with different name and agamal than that. So Haji Kwaje Kwadolo came well their own area waka fit rap orders. So it's as simple as that. And the middle bed, with a very good chance. We got their own form alone have their own distance. And no alone simple as that. Oh, my brother.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for that very, very strong and powerful impact. Every time you come around, it's always very, very informative. A lot is happening, and we are going to be following it up. As I said before, I'm not going to spend much time. I think I'm going to be rounding up the program. I'm going to be rounding up the program so that we can follow up on the events and see what is actually happening. I don't want to spend much time here.
Yes.
Because it is very important. It is very important. Very, very
Monday
important.
or Monday. All the impossible. So, weekend. We just have to follow up now. Because, like I said, that sister Neka, IPOB or whatever, yesterday, and she was making a valid point to an extent, So I could see for my I could see put to all the different sides. Buzu, Kaisni me up at once and for all. Okay, choose some other time, Thank you so much.
I put I would need you and I put we can solve our problem. Keep your differences as these are a very interesting time. Things are happening. I appreciate everybody that have joined us on this program. I'm going to round it up so that I'm going to go and look up issues, and everybody should pay attention on what is happening outside some folks. So I appreciate every one of you that joined us. Hopefully, if I have time, I come in. Even if I don't have time, we'll see what is going to happen by tomorrow. Thank you so much. I appreciate every one of you. May Chukwuka Kabia Magara and protect you. May Chukwuka Magara and protect our Supreme Namazim Naligana and our Prime Minister Mazisama. Thank you so much for being part of the program today. See you again later on. Stay blessed.
The very oldest language on the face of this earth. Chico the Kabia Mapuni, Chineke, and then Son of the Ishala, Nina Goza Hansoya, Nana Jama, and Yana Farosi, Obanana, all the and then saw no one and you were not against it because they constituted no balance in the Sahara. He's over the where lion and you were not young. Be connected with make a Biafra with your source and we're not going to do it.
But you know what? They would like you to believe that Samorekpa is the cause of it. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not possible. I have come. Look which is good. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what happens in 5 years to come. Thank you.